Hey, you guys, it's Negative Indicted TV here. We're almost at 100K. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also remember I go live on Wednesdays evenings. I drop an episode every Sunday, 11 o'clock. Make sure you guys comment. If you guys have any suggestions, any questions, whatever it might be, drop a comment. Let's get into this episode.
Hey, check this out. If you want to get into Navy Fed and get 20,000 in 95 days, comment the word credit. All right, come here. I already bombed this right here. Fix your credit. If you're Latino, you need to wake up. Fix your credit.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey, Keep It Hard, guys. Also for the best jewelry, for his glory. For some dope streetwear, Shaka, you already know. For some fire-grown, for some barrio-grown fire, Lupe Sanchez and Lincoln Heights. And for some fire streetwear, Self Food Company. And on today's episode, we have Jen. Welcome to Indicted TV, Jen.
Thank you for having me.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. A little nervy, but you know.
Yo, loosen up.
Yeah.
Once we start, yo, loosen up. It's kind of a little hot, huh? Or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Am I getting a little nervous? So tell us, Jen, tell us where you're from, where you grew up, mom, dad, brothers, sisters. How was the inside of your house growing up?
Okay, well, I am born and raised Orange County.
Okay.
Orange County all my life. I'm OC girl. My family, they came to the States in 1975, with the Vietnam War and everything. And they just built a life out here.
Where did they come
I am one
from?
of three. Vietnam?
Oh, Vietnam.
Yeah. So right after the war. So it was a crazy time for them, but they did well, and they actually became pretty wealthy. They did well. So I am the middle of two or of three. So
Okay.
I have a older sister, younger brother. They're just typical Vietnamese Asian family. Everything's just like study, study, study. We don't want you to do nothing else. Just keep your head in the books. We don't want you to work. But I was,
The total opposite.
Yeah. I have middle child syndrome. Yeah.
From what age did you already kind of see yourself? Because obviously you're saying your parents were strict. Mm-hmm. Stay in school, brothers and sister, both in school, completely in school. And what about Jen? Like, how was school for you?
It was cool, and I, was just one of those troublemakers. I was like a little bully in elementary school.
Wait, you were the bully?
I was the bully, yeah.
Oh, come
I was
on,
like bully
Jen.
the boys though. Bully, I was just like punk of the boys because they, I'd steal their crayons and whatnot. I was just a tomboy, so that was me. When I was little, I would just get into trouble, steal stuff like from the stores. I would go right after school and just like go in little stores, steal stupid stuff like stickers and
Oh my God. That's how they know Jen was going to be out of control. So did you ever get like caught?
No. I actually used to take, this is so bad, take my mom's money, like take her checks. Actually, you remember like in grade school when they would do the scholastic book orders?
Mm-hmm.
And
They still do, just so you know.
Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. Okay, I wanted all the books and I wanted all the stuff in there. So, there was a time or two where I took her checks and I forged them, and I was like, I made like my own little orders or whatever. I'm like, yes, I got books in the cubby. Like,
Oh my God. But and your mom never knew that you were like doing
I
this?
never got in trouble for it. Yeah.
You knew how to write her name?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised too. Okay, trust me, I was surprised the teacher just like, okay, with the kid's handwriting, like, and then eventually I found a way to, forge it, like specifically, where you like take their signature and then you write over it in pencil, and then you take another piece of paper, and then you scratch over it, then you take it and lay it on the one that you want to forge the document, and then it was bad. But that was me. Like I just wanted everything. And then eventually, because I was a troublemaker, like I always got blamed for things that even I didn't do. But my parents were mad at the time. My dad actually used to be really angry, but things happened when I was 11 and I was abused, and I don't really want to talk about that, but I was family issues, and I got taken away to a children's home when I was 11. So that was just kind of like...
Yeah, how was that experience being removed from your home?
It was traumatic. Cops came to the school. I got sat in the principal's office, and they were like questioning me, and then I was just like I don't know what's going on, but they ended up taking me out to this place. I'm like 11 years old. Where am I? There's all these strangers, and they put me in a dorm with a bunch of females. They put me in it was like two beds to each room, and they just lock you in there, and then they give you like a board game or something for hours, and then they'll let you out for a shower. It was just like jail, really. It was like kid jail, but it wasn't like juvie. I had never been a juvie, but
I was about to ask you.
Yeah, but it felt like it, because I was like stuck by their rules. I went to school there. It was like I couldn't even listen to Lighter Shade of Brown. That's like when that song came out on the radio, and and they didn't want us to listen to rap or anything. It was just, yeah, it was weird. My sister ended up coming there too. They took her out and they put her in with me, even though she I guess they sectioned it off by age group, and she was like 12 or 13, and that was like the next dorm, but they allowed her to stay with me. So that was
very nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
So you didn't feel as lonely, probably.
Yeah, I wasn't. But me just growing in, with my family and the culture, it was more of like just put your head down and just do as they say, and just kind of just stay low.
Kind of makes things easier when you're in those kind of situations, and you're just obviously you put your head low, make sure you stay under the radar,
right?
So, and you just pay attention. It does make things easier while you're in those kind of situations, because if you're not behaving and we're like being like we stand out, then they pick on us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did any of that kind of happen to you, or like you said, you kind of just kept low and everything was kind of smooth?
I just stayed in my lane, and that was it. There was no trouble.
Oh, good.
Just stayed there for a little bit, and then eventually they let my sister and I out to stay with my aunt and uncle. So I stayed there for a little while, and yeah, but that was that.
What happened after that? You went to your uncle's. Were you already like in junior high or high school?
Yes, I was in junior high. I don't remember what grade it was. I think I must have been sixth grade, fifth. So it was, 6th grade had to be 6th grade. So it was cool for a little bit, but then I started fighting with my cousin, like just, and then following my aunt and uncle's rules, and they were even more strict than my parents. Like, come to realize, oh, okay, I didn't have it so bad after all.
Sometimes we do that to ourselves. Like, we don't realize what we have until we're somewhere else.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. But then after I eventually came back home, and everything was just kind of like, cool.
Back to normal.
Yeah. Everything, I never really just talked about like anything, just kind of went on, like just carried on as if
nothing happened.
Exactly.
But you weren't okay.
Nah. So I guess maybe that's like what made me kind of rebel a little bit more.
More than when you already were?
Yeah. Yeah. I started ditching school, hung out with the wrong people, started ditching, got into drugs when I was 12.
What kind of drugs did you get into?
Meth. And that was my first drug.
At 12?
Yeah.
So you never smoked weed or anything?
Not before.
Wow. How was that for you, being a 12-year-old and like already using? Like, how do you remember how it made you feel? Like, what happened? Because that's kind of intense, bro.
Well, I was kind of like it was summer school. I was just like, I didn't want to be there. I just had to do it because it's summer school, you know? And somebody offered me a line during the break. I had like 2 classes and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. But the weird thing is that I didn't notice like a difference. Like at the time, you know, like when you smoke weed or whatever, you get like total head change and then like, you know, you see things differently, you feel differently. I didn't really feel it, or maybe because I didn't know what I was supposed to feel, if that makes sense. So I just went to the next class. She just told me like, oh, okay, it'll keep you awake because it was like a reading class. Boring, right? You know, I fall asleep in summer school. But she was like, yeah, this will keep you awake. All right, cool. I made it through the class, but I didn't feel any different, you know? Mm-hmm. And then after that, I don't remember how I got it the next time, but...
You just kept using.
Yeah. Yeah, I left home. I ran away for a couple weeks, and then they kicked me out of school. And during that time, I was just staying out of friends, and we were just getting high all the time. And then eventually I went back home, because I'm like, okay, I got nowhere else to go. I got no money.
You got tired.
Yeah, at that age, yeah, it was like, whoa, what is there for me? Nothing. You know, I couldn't survive. So anyway, I went back home, and I was just still around.
Yeah. Did your parents notice it?
Oh yeah. There were plenty of times where my dad was like, okay, if you go with your friends, like, you're not coming back. You know, they tried to lock me out, but I ended up getting back in. I'd find a way to, like, you know, they have one of those locks with the hook thing. You know, I found a way to get a screwdriver and put my hand into the door, and I would unscrew it and get myself back in, or I would sneak in, like, through the garage. My mom would leave, and like the garage would open, but I'd hide behind the side of the house, and I would just sneak in and crawl under the garage before, you know.
Yeah, you had your ways. You had your ways, and you were small.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just all bad. I just kept doing the same thing over and over. Just wanted to get high. Wanted to hang out with my friends. Didn't really care about anything else.
By the time you knew it, you were already 18.
Yes. Yeah.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah. I felt like I was when I was 12. I felt like I was 18.
You behave like an 18-year-old. Yeah, you got a wild one. And you had like boyfriends as well?
I didn't have boyfriend until, well, let's see, 13. Yeah, I say it like it was so old. I know my daughter's 16 now, and I'm tripping on her with the boys, but
yeah.
It was different back then.
Yeah, it was so different. But I mean, was it really? It's just we're just the adults now. But really, life is not different. Life is exactly the same way. We're just the adults.
Yeah.
You know? Schools are exactly the same way. They look exactly the same way.
True that. Yeah.
We're just the parents now.
Yeah.
So we are the ones feeling it. And since we've experienced madness by our own choices, we're like, dang, like, like we know what is up. But according to them, they don't think we know.
Yeah.
You know? Because obviously we didn't think our parents knew.
They didn't.
I mean, parents know when the kid is not right. Parents know.
It's true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. My dad, bless his heart, he really, really tried to keep me in line. He really, through all the times that I got in trouble, he like would be the one to bail me out. He was the one that helped get me a lawyer. He paid for my rehab, like was there to help me out, like get me out of, you know,
all your
shit
BS.
Yeah.
How many times? At what age did you go to rehab for the first time?
I was 19.
Oh, that means you were doing bad.
So yeah, it was court ordered. It was probably like second time or third time I got busted, and
tell me about you getting busted your first time. Like, what was it for, or what?
It was stupid. Like when I was 16, you know, for shoplifting or whatever. And then they let me go on some community service and pay, you know, fines. And then I got arrested. I think 17. That was for credit card fraud. And then
how did you do credit card fraud? For the people that don't know, hey, there's a lot of people out here thinking that fraud is like new, but man,
yeah,
fraud has been around for a very long time.
Yeah, I was just using stolen credit cards that I did not obtain, but you know, just the one, just being stupid.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, You want this?
Swipe.
At Nordstrom's, at all places. But anyways, yeah. So that was that. Just went to county
Because you're always a little fraud ass, huh?
Yeah, I mean, from
Started with your mom.
Scholastic books.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then when I was like 18, I got busted for possession. They were trying to get me for sales and distribution, but then I kind of fought it a little bit, and then they brought it down to misdemeanor. So they ended up giving me the court ordered 6 months residential treatment program. So I went and did that.
How was that for you? Did you think you needed help?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. I know, because with that case, like, they were giving me outpatient, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I got this. I'm gonna do the outpatient, cool. But then I messed that up, and then they ended up, putting a warrant out because I didn't end up going to court. They picked me up when I was at work. And then I, just went and did my 6 months, and I was like, all right, cool. This is my time now. Now I need this, and I was ready. I thought I was. I did really, really well in the first maybe like 3 or 4 months, and then one of the guys was like, hey, you want to get high? And I'm like, okay, sure. And so I went, I smoked. I didn't get caught. I just, got high, but that was it. The one and done. I did not like it. It's like being there, and I'm like laying, on the floor, or I'm like trying to pretend like I'm sleeping because I had a few, roommates or whatever. Yeah, that's not fun.
That's like the worst.
Nothing to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't make any phone calls. But no cell phone. I couldn't do anything. So.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
But I got out. I successfully completed that, and I was sober, like, clean for a good minute, but then slowly. I was even hanging around a couple of my friends, and they were getting high. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm over it. Eventually, though, it caught up to me, and then I got high again. And then I was back to partying, back to just hanging out with friends, and then I got pregnant. And then I got pregnant. And then
At what age?
Okay, that is it. I was 20.
Okay.
No, 21. I was 20. He was born when I was 21. 2022. I'm sorry. So I got pregnant at 21. He was born when I was 22. Yeah. Yeah, but that changed a lot. Like, I settled down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a mom now. And I got my medical assisting certification, and then I was working for a little while, and then we were working his dad and I decided, okay, we're gonna try to work things out, at least co-parent or whatever, and then we just doing the normal thing, working,
Trying to do the family thing.
Yeah. And then I said, okay, medical assisting is not for me. I need to do something else. So I ended up getting my bachelor's degree. And then we ended up getting married. And then we had my daughter, 2008.
Still doing the house, the family thing. You didn't use drugs through this whole process. While you were married and raising your kids, you didn't get high.
There was a couple of times where, their dad and I were because I met him, we were getting high.
Okay, so he would party as well.
Yeah. But then he ended up quitting. So there was a few times, I'll admit, we had a couple of weekend, binges, but that was it. We knew it was back to business. You know? We ended up opening a business together, and then that was going well. I had the house, the car, the business, the kids, everything was just, I guess on the outside, picture perfect or whatever. It was cool. But then we ended up splitting. After we split, then everything started going downhill again from there. Because he was no longer working with me in the business, so I had to basically do it all.
What kind of business was it?
It's direct mail marketing. So it was a print mail shop, and we did the fulfillment for a lot of real estate and mortgage and all that. So he handled pretty much in the business, he handled all of the labor back there, running the machines, taking all of the stuff to the post office and doing all that. I did the front end, the office, the sales, basically everything else, And then without him there, it was me trying to run the machines. Things were breaking down. I had help.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was so much. I was living out of the office. Like I would take my kids to school and then go to the office and then pick them back up, but I would have to take them to the office, and then sometimes I'd have to order food in and eat dinner there, and like more poor kids. Like
There was just a lot. Too much for you, probably.
Yeah.
It probably overwhelmed you so much that it took you back to using. Is that what
that
happened?
part, yeah, exactly that. Yes, and I was like, okay, I need to stay awake. I need to do this, that, and the other, and yeah, I thought maybe it would help a little bit, and then it did until it didn't.
It's the addict way of thinking, you know?
Yeah. So that it did slowly, it got me back in, and I was like very low closet smoker. Like I found an old friend who, he was my connect, and then he ended up getting locked up, but I found another way. Like there was like a smoke shop down the street. And I just knew the owner was completely I was like
on a sick one.
Yes, exactly. He'd be like cleaning the fans and shit at like 2 a.m. Like I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. And so, I was desperate, and I was like, I need some. So I hit him up, and he had it, and shit, I found another way. Yeah.
Well, us addicts, we always find our own kind.
Yeah, right?
You just know. It's so weird.
Yeah, so it was all bad. And then eventually, like, everything just spiraled. I met somebody through, the smoke shop owner. Like, I met somebody, and that was just all bad because I ended up in a relationship with this
Even
guy.
worse.
And it was. Now it wasn't even me. Before I was, nobody else knew except me and my connect. And then now it's like, okay. Old friends were coming back into the circle. Like the guy that I was in a relationship with, like it was just
He was a complete smoker.
all bad. Yeah, very toxic relationship. But I was just I don't know, just living, just day by day. Mm-hmm. And then my business was just too much for me. Like he wasn't even helping. Like
It's probably just making a mess, huh?
Yes. And then eventually I had to shut the business down. But that's what the business in itself was what led me to my federal case.
I in my head as you were saying it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm putting thoughts. I'm putting like the puzzles without
You're
you even
good.
saying it because I already kind of know I already know, like, especially fraud is fraud, right? And obviously we started the conversation with fraud. And then I'm like, oh shit, I wonder what she's. And then you started saying that what the business was, and I was like, oh man, she was doing bad in there.
Did I say mortgage?
Okay, so tell us what you got indicted for.
It was for conspiracy, mail, and wire fraud. They slapped me with this. Fuck, it was probably like 5 people. Okay, no, was it 5? Like 5 or 6. Okay, on the original, the subpoena. Shoot. Yeah, I was just so surprised because, like, there's no way that I could be wrapped up in this. Like, I have nothing to do with it. But I was the one that was doing the marketing for the whole, whatever, the ring. I was doing the marketing, but I was just doing my job. It's my business. I was running a legitimate business. It just so happened, they were doing their thing. And
But what does doing their thing mean? What was happening? Like, obviously it was happening in your business. So what was let us know exactly in full detail so that we know what happened. Like, yeah, you got caught with, you got busted for fraud or whatever, but like, give us details. We want to know. You already got busted for it, bitch.
Listen, I'm like, I don't know.
Just in case people are watching and want to do the same thing, just so you guys know.
There you go. Okay.
That's the purpose. That's actually the purpose. Like, we want to know. We know you got busted, bitch, or else you wouldn't be sitting here.
I was doing the marketing. They were using my service to basically help people who were going into foreclosure. At the time, 2008, like that whole mortgage meltdown thing, whatever. So
Oh.
everybody was going into foreclosure. They couldn't pay their mortgage, their loans. So there was a lot of programs at the time. A lot of programs coming out for like debt consolidation, loan mods, and whatnot. So that was huge for me too, because I did a lot of the marketing for them. So, anyways, they would set them up, like say, hey, we're going to help you from foreclosing your home. We're going to work with your bank. You just give us X amount of money, and then we'll work with your bank for you. And they would send them money, and they wouldn't do anything. They would just
Keep the money.
ghost.
Were they
Yes.
on drugs as well?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I didn't get involved with whatever they were doing, like, and I never like asked questions. You know what I mean? But you know.
I mean, you know.
But I just, yeah, like,
You were high. You were high. You were getting money, and you just let them do what they basically kind of used you.
yeah.
I mean, that's you know.
It was
But
like,
you knew what was
I was
happening,
minding my
right?
own business, and I was doing my own thing, and then I'm like, you do what you want. Like, your business is your business. It's none of my business. You know what I mean? So I was running a legitimate business, doing my service. I'm doing what you're paying me for, and like I'm not gonna get in your business, you know. So that was that. So that's really how I got tied into the whole case.
Got it.
How I got involved, because I was the front end. So they're saying like, oh, well, if it wasn't for you, you were the one that was like reaching out to the victims. I was the one that got the data list. I was the one that, found out who to mail to. I drafted the mail piece or the advertisement. I mailed it out, so I guess, yeah. When I got slapped with the case and I was like, nope, not me, nope. They got mad, or the feds got mad, and they were like, everybody else pled guilty, and then they slapped me with a superseding indictment. Now I was like, what am I going to do now? There was maybe 6 more people on the case, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can still fight this all the way. I can.
And your dad helped you said, with the lawyers and stuff like that?
Well, he did help me. But at this point, I had to sell my house. So I sold my house. I got a good amount of money out of that and put $100,000 to my attorney. So $100,000. And I was like, okay, well, this is all I have, it's all I have left. But I swear I'm going to win. Like, it's going to be worth it because money's nothing. I'm going to get it back, Yeah, so I fought it to the end. And then...
Were you fighting it from the inside or from the outside?
Outside, yeah.
Okay, so you got bailed out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on pretrial.
How long did you fight your case for?
2 years.
And when the feds got you, how did that situation go? Like, did they go in your house? Did they knock? Like, how was that? And what were you doing? Like, when you were like, oh, shit.
I wasn't home. I wasn't home, but and it was kind of weird. But when you're you got people in your house who are telling you that there's people out there watching you, what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I didn't believe it at first. But apparently they were. I wasn't home. I went to go take my kids to school, and my boyfriend at the time was there, and he called me and said, Jen, don't come home. There's people here.
Was it the smoker guy?
Yeah.
Well, that fool wasn't tripping. That fool was seeing shit for sure.
Right? This time it was for real.
Seriously. That fool was sleeping. If he's a certain type of smoker, you could sleep on that shit.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Eat, sleep. But yeah, so he told me, don't come home. The feds are here. They're waiting for you outside, and they're not leaving. And I was like, well, fuck. So after I took my kids to school, I went and I got a little Momo like down the street, and I was like, I'm gonna just stay posted right here. Yeah, that's what I did.
Did you call your parents to pick up your kids? Or what happened with your kids though?
Oh no. I did not tell, my parents did not know that I was back on drugs again. My dad hinted to me. He was like, Jen, what's going on with you? And I'm like, nothing. I'm just depressed. I just got, divorced, and I'm just, I got a lot of stuff on my plate. I'm overwhelmed, which I was, but, I just used that. That was my cop out. Like, I'm not on drugs anymore.
Like that day, You know, you get the Momo, you just drop off to your kids. Like, what did you do? Like,
I was getting high.
but did you go pick up your kids after work?
I did.
Oh, okay. I mean, after work, after they got out.
Yeah.
And you brought them with you.
Well, no, the agents came to my daughter's school. So I had gotten my son. He was in middle school and my daughter was in the elementary. So I got my son first. Okay, cool. I'm just thinking like, where am I gonna go? But I had to get my daughter. I had to pick her up from school, and she was in the daycare or after school care. And so when I pulled up on the backside, lo and behold, there they were with my boyfriend at the time. But see, he was kind of communicating with me like throughout the day, like just texting me that, hey, I'm leaving. I guess what had happened was he was out. He tried to leave the house. He went on a skateboard, and they were following him. And they're like, and they ended up taking him into their truck or whatever and said, we're not letting you go until you help us find her, you know.
Damn, that fool ratted you out. Sick ass fool.
Right? Yeah, you know, he was there with them in the backside of my daughter's school. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I mean, he played it off like he was trying to like, hold him off as long as he could, you know. But at the end of the day, you know,
He took him to. So what happened to the kids though?
They went in and they picked up my daughter. So I was in the truck. I was waiting. They're like, you are not going in there. We're gonna go get your daughter out of the school, and we're gonna leave the guns behind so we don't scare her. But we're gonna sign her out, and you're gonna stay right here. So I was like, you know, they pulled her out, and that was it. They took me in.
But who do your kids stay with?
Well, my ex-boyfriend took them from there.
Okay.
So
okay.
he was there.
I'm just trying to figure out where your kids went. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, yeah.
So they let your kids go with the
him.
boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they went home, and he stayed with them. And when I was in the detention center, I told him like, yo, I need you to get me out like right now. I need to have somebody like to, you know, take care of this bond. And he did not come through. I ended up having to call my dad, and then I was like, hey dad, like went to court, and then they let me out on bond. So then I got home after maybe like 4 days or something.
Tell me about your first chance. Tell me about your experience. Like you were walking in there. You never been in there.
It was different. I've been at county and stuff, but like this was different. The federal detention center was so open. It was weird because no cuffs. It was so like relaxed. They didn't tell me to walk against the wall. Just go ahead and go up to this counter and that counter, and I was just like, really? Like they treated me like with respect. It was really weird, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" It was super just different. And then not only that, like the males and the females were kind of like commingling. So I thought, "Huh? What place is this?" But anyway, so that wasn't so bad, other than the fact that I had to sleep in one of those like the canoe thing or whatever.
The boat things, yeah.
The boat. Yeah, just was just worried about my kids.
That's like the main thing always. That's kind of what makes everything worse. Like the time and, you know, being in there, obviously we don't want to be there while you're probably coming down and you're not feeling well. But the kids, you know, that's why I kept asking, like, what did you do? Did you call your mom? Like, for me, my main thing is like, my mom. That's like, I don't care. I know she's going to get mad, but that's who I'm going to call to pick up the kids. So I was like, did you do that? You're like, no. I'm like, oh, fuck, the kids, you know? That's always...
the only person I called was their dad.
Okay.
Because there was no way I was going to, you know, trust them with the ex.
Yeah, no.
In that environment. And I'm like, who the hell you have over at my house? You know what I mean?
He was already partying the same day. I promise you. He thought the house was his.
Yeah.
No, I promise.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I'm like 100% sure. Like, that fool's like, you probably kept the house until you sold it. Leave it in there. He's probably watching this shit too.
Yeah, it was just all bad, you know?
What'd your dad say?
He was He was all right. He didn't say a whole lot. He was just like, damn, really? Like, okay, like, what are we going to do next? What do we got to do?
At least he never let you go, and he was there, supported you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You had the love. That's all that you needed was your dad.
Yeah.
No matter
for sure.
like what they say. You have to, it's like that's the least we could do is hear them out, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
laughing, but no, you're right. No, it's true. That yeah.
you know?
Really, I owe a lot really to my parents.
Let me ask you this. And I'm only asking you this for a certain reason, and I'll tell you after you answer it. Did you feel like you belonged there?
Where
Like, in jail? For what you did?
For that time, no. All the other times, like, yeah, sure.
For what you
Like,
went to prison for, do you feel like you...
Okay, so the whole,
Yeah,
that-
you getting indicted. Basically, for you getting indicted.
Okay, I was very like, I guess not accepting of it, you know, hence why I fought it, even though everyone's like, well, you're crazy. Why would you fight that? Like, you're going against the feds. Like, there's no way you're going to win. But me, I was like, fuck that. You know, there's no way. There's no way I'm going down for this shit. There's no way. So yeah, I was like not accepting of it. But when it came down to, you know, the trial lasted a week, and it was in Virginia, so I was by myself.
Wait, you were in Virginia?
The case was in Virginia, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Not
wow.
fun.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
it was the
Orange County
dumbest
shit.
reason why well, everybody that was on the case is from Orange County, but like the reason why it was in Virginia, they had jurisdiction because one of the victims had an email address, an AOL email address, and
From
like
over
their yeah, so I guess their what do you call it? Their something with AOL, and it was in Virginia. So that's why. Then none of the victims were even there. So they were very adamant about keeping the case. And so I would have to fly back and forth during pretrial, like for all the court hearings and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and then it came down to the trial, and that lasted a whole week. And that was pretty scary because I was by myself and I didn't know what was going to happen. But the day of sentencing, or not sentencing, but what do you call that?
The pre-sentence?
Yeah, the last day of the trial. I was going to hear, you know, what the jury had to say, and at that moment I was just praying. Like, I was really just leaning on God, and like I had to say, like, okay, whatever happens is for a reason. Like, if it's because, you know, my kids need their time with their dad, you know, and this is what I was like playing in my head, like, okay, everything's gonna work out, this is good, it's gonna be all right. And then they said, you know, when they said you're guilty, 9 counts, my heart just stopped. I was like, fuck. And then when I went
Well,
for
what were the
sentencing,
9 counts?
it was all just like different, I guess attached to different victims. It was all between mail and wire fraud and one conspiracy. But yeah, no, I couldn't believe it. Like, and I was afraid that they were going to take me in right then and there. But my lawyer asked them, like, just let me stay out until it was time to self-surrender.
That's harder.
But I had stuff to put in order, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't be in Virginia, you know, and not give a hug to my kids, like, one last time, you know?
It's okay.
So,
But these are like the feelings that you need to feel.
yeah.
You know, these are the things that we do. At the moment, like, even back to me saying, like, did you feel like you were guilty? Like, I could be wrong, but these are just my personal feelings from what I've experienced while being in the feds, right? White collar crime people think they don't belong.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, you were like hurting, not you, but like
Yeah.
the whole, like, you know, when you do fraud, you are hurting other people's pockets. And like, they really don't think that they belong in there because they don't feel like they're criminals.
Because it wasn't like physical.
Like, bro, you're a criminal, period. You know,
Yeah.
you're a fraud ass person. I don't mean it that way, but it's how they present themselves. Even the girls while we're in there, you know, like, God, I don't even want to be here. Like, I don't belong here. Like, bro, shut up. You know, everything you have is not even yours. You didn't work. for it. You stole it.
Yeah.
You know?
Same with the elders too, though. They really feel like
You know, and it's like, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, hurting and like selling drugs is like better or it's like any better or any less, but it's like at least we're putting in work, bro. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's always, because it's always like rubbed me the wrong way with the fraud people. Like, bro, calm down. You are not any better. I don't know what it is. So, like I said, I've never had anybody that, you know, has been indicted for fraud. And when you messaged me, and I was like, oh shit, fraud, yeah, let's get her on. This is my time to ask the question.
lay it on me, girl, lay it on me, and it's all good.
But it's hard, you know. But at least you were able to get bailed out and have be able to go back and forth and fight your case out there, you know?
Yes.
That's the cool thing about, you know, the white collar crime
blessing.
people. You know, they're a little bit more they don't get time. They don't do that much time, which is always obviously not everybody, but you know. They're, what is the word, lenient? Is that the right word I want to use?
Lenient, yeah.
Right? Like so it was and you're super blessed.
Yeah.
And you know, right now you were sitting here and you were telling yourself, like you were saying, like maybe this is because my kids needed to be with their parents, but it's like you didn't, maybe at the moment you weren't realizing like, no, this is the time for you to get yourself together.
Yeah. But you're right. I was thinking about my kids. And
your kids needed you. They needed the real Jen.
Oh, yeah, they did.
You know?
Yeah. I was like, I was a mom. Like, I was there with them after the divorce. Like, they stayed with me. And, you know, I did everything, you know, for
That you
them. Like,
could,
whatever.
yeah.
That I, you know. But obviously, my mind was, you know, just trying to handle. Just trying to live and trying to survive. I was, like, always, like, head above water, barely, you know? Yeah. But when I went back for sentencing, then my family came to Virginia with me. So
that was nice.
There was like, I think 11 family members. They all flew out to Virginia with me to be there for sentencing. And my kids were there and everything.
Oh my God, you took your kids.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
no.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I wouldn't. That would have been so hard for me.
I've always been honest with them and open. Like they know, you know, like
what was happening.
Yeah, with the case and everything. They were there with me. And then they were like, 7 years, and I was like, do they really need that much time with their dad? Like, come on. Yeah, but I just.
Were you the one that did the most time?
No, actually, and I was actually the only one that was out on pretrial.
Okay.
There was 2 other ones that went to trial, and they actually were what do you call that? They didn't get to be out.
Okay,
so.
they kept them in.
Yeah, they were detained. So one of them got 20 years, the other one got 12, and I got 7. You know, I know I paid a good sum for my lawyer, but I think that he really did do a good job. He really did. And
Good.
They said that if I had taken like their plea deal or whatever, I probably would have gotten like 13. But I was facing 20. I know I was. For sure I was facing 20.
So a lot of money, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah. I just, that was it.
How much money did you have to pay back? Are you still paying?
Oh, yeah.
Like millions?
Well, for the restitution. Yeah, girl, it was like 10.75 million. Yes, I'm taking that to the grave.
I know that's right. And I know you guys have to pay a lot more because, like I said, I've been around a lot of girls and they only go for fraud, and it's just like they have to pay so much money.
I don't think that there's any interest though.
I mean, I don't know
say anything about like for how long it takes, you know, that you're paying this.
Yeah, like my friend was
interest.
like, "Oh, bitch, I'm only paying $5 a month."
Well,
I'm like, cool. You know, it's just because she's taking it to the grave
too. You know,
I'm getting paid in cash. You know, because F that.
Yeah,
You
but
already
that's
did-
not
you're-
just me. That's like everybody in the case. I think it's like the
total.
pooled amount. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but it's like, how am I gonna pay this amount of money and that person's only paying? You know? What
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Shoot. So, yeah. Taken to
So
the grave.
7 years.
No. Yeah. Yeah. 7, and then they let me come back from that sentencing date.
Oh,
And then they
nice.
let me come back like a month and a half later to get my shit in order and everything. It's a self-surrender.
Where
So,
did you have to self-surrender?
where did I go? I went to Dublin.
Okay, did your family drive you up there?
Yeah, and my kids.
How was that for you? How was the drive? And what were you thinking?
I couldn't sleep, but I had like a month and a half. I mean, I had 2 years. You know what I mean, to just kind of prepare. But I didn't. It was more me getting myself back together.
Like getting off drugs and things like that.
That part, yeah. And then, I was on antidepressants for a little bit too, just because everything just seems so overwhelming. Like, what am I going to do? What about my kids? Like, my house? Like everything, whatever. So, it was a lot. And I just kind of just make my way. And then right after sentencing was like, oh my goodness. Girl, me and my kids, we broke down together because I seen this news article in the OC Register. The article was like, they named us and, whatever with the case. It said something about 180 years. And when I read 180 years, I broke down with my kids. I was just holding them like...
Super scary.
That was it. Like, I wasn't... That was it, Like, I wasn't gonna see them. I was
Thank
gonna
God that wasn't
fucking
it.
die in prison.
Thank God that you weren't gonna die in prison, bro. You were not. But obviously, when we're reading and we're seeing that, we don't know any better. We're just thinking always the worst, Especially when it's like your first time, going to jail or even being in that situation. As far as like dealing, like, damn, I'm really gonna go to prison,
Yeah, it was just more of a shock to see that because 9 counts times 20 years. So that's why the paper was like, oh, she's facing 180 years. I'm like, what? That's no. Wow. But still.
Yeah, it's a fact that you saw that in your kids and you're like, it's too much.
Yeah. But, we had a moment and then I was like, okay, no more of this. Like, we're not wasting any more time. Like, with this, we're gonna live our best life right now before I go in. So, like, we went to Disneyland and we just, like, from then on, it was just happy moments. Like, try to make, like, the most memories,
Take lots of pictures so they could send me pictures.
Yeah. And just eat everywhere. Okay. So I gained a lot of weight. I was like, what do you want to eat today? We're always just going out and doing things, together to, that quality time. So nothing else mattered except that time with my kids.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, so the drive up was okay. My daughter and I, we played games in the backseat. Like, I couldn't sleep for shit. And we just played games. And then it was funny because when we pulled up, typical Asians, like, taking pictures in front on the compound. We were, like, taking pictures, the last picture, whatever, and then, like, the perimeter
That's so
pulls up,
funny
and they're
that you
like,
say that.
excuse me, you guys aren't allowed to take pictures, this is federal property, like... I was so embarrassed. It was, like, day one, and then, like, the girls that were, like, on their little carts, like, the workers, they were driving around, and this one girl goes, I'll never forget it, Michelle, she goes, it'll be over before you know it. And she yelled it across, in front of my family. And that just made me feel okay. Like, okay, yeah, it's going to be over before I know it.
And it's so true. But at the time, we were just like, you're just starting. And it just seems like forever,
Yeah,
But it's nothing's forever. Because that's not what you got. You didn't get 180 years.
Right. Yeah. I felt good, at least, I just, okay, 7 years compared to 20. Okay. It's going to be all right.
And you're still young.
Yeah.
So what happens? When you walk in, how's that go for you?
I was kind of like, like the children's home. Just go in there, stay low, keep yourself. And it's funny because I won't forget what my mom said either. The last thing she said to me was, oh, she didn't come with us on the ride, but when I left the house, she was like, make sure you don't laugh too loud, like drawing attention, because I guess I laughed too loud or too hard or too whatever. So okay, got you. Okay, that's the one piece of advice she gives me.
But that stood in your head,
It
though.
did, though, yeah.
That stood in your head.
So yeah, I was just do my thing, just okay, do as I was told, follow whatever, trying to find where my bunk was. And girls are really nice in there, though. They really were. They gave me hygiene, like this girl, she was Asian too, and she gave me like shampoo, conditioner, soap, and I was like, no, it's okay, like I'm good, like I didn't want to accept anything from anybody. I just didn't want to like.
Did you think you were gonna like have to give them your chonies? Because in the movies, bro, let's be real, we always see that, like, we think the worst, like, don't take anything because they're gonna want to take your chonies. Obviously not your chonies, but I don't want to say the word, but in reality it's not. And you're saying that the girls were very nice, you know?
Yeah, but me, I didn't want to owe anybody anything, and I just wanted to just make do on my own, just do me and stay in my lane, and just don't make any friends, so.
I bet you it was a total opposite. You made a lot of friends, huh?
You know how it goes.
Yeah, I do. I make every friends no matter where I go. It doesn't matter. I'm just friendly.
I did. In the end, I did make a lot of friends. But for the most part, I did stick to myself, and I ran my own program in there. So
good. I'm assuming you started working out as soon as you got there.
Oh, absolutely. In those little vans or whatever you call them, those things, I was already running the track to the point where I already had blisters. Like by day 2, I had blisters on my feet because I would just run. Any chance that I got to get on that track, I was putting in miles. Yeah. Walking, running, jogging, like whatever. I was sprinting even. And then she gave me a pair of shoes. Yeah, somebody gave me. It's really nice. So that worked out until I actually had money to get a new pair.
How long did it take you?
That's all I did. From day 1, girl, I was journaling. I was writing down everything I ate. Like every time I walked, ran, whatever, and had time on the track, all the exercise. Yeah, I just started journaling because I told myself, okay, you know what? This could be a book. Like I may as well just start journaling, writing like my whole experience, because who freaking knows, right?
Yeah,
never know. So I started writing from day 1. Like that's all I did. I did Sudoku puzzles.
Sudoku?
Yes, yeah. I did those puzzles, and then I was just writing. So that's what helped me pass my time for sure. Exercise.
Is that where you did all your time?
At Dublin, yeah. Oh, well, I was in the camp, and then I went and transferred to the RDAP program at the FCI, so they had to transfer me.
But it's kind of next to each other, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know about Dublin?
I didn't go to Dublin. I went to Minnesota. I went to Waseca.
Okay. But Dublin's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Were you there when they closed down, or like?
I was not.
Well, tell us if we know about Dublin. We don't know about Dublin, so tell us. We don't know about Dublin, so tell us.
Dublin, it was just known for, I guess, what do you call it? It's just scandals. All the COs and stuff. Even the warden got in trouble, and they shut down the prison because
while you were there.
They didn't shut it down while I was there, but it was going on while I was there.
What were you seeing, or like what was going on?
I didn't really see anything. Like with all the girls now that like I guess are coming up left and right with their stories and their claims about, like, I didn't see, but then again, I wasn't really like,
you're running.
Yeah, I was doing my own shit. I didn't care. That was all drama.
I feel like if you put yourself out there like that, then, for example, like, you say you're just keeping yourself busy, you're working out. Mm-hmm. If you want to be in the mix, then you're going to put yourself in the mix.
Right.
And not that I'm saying, like, oh, the cops are cool for doing... No, like, I'm not saying that, but sometimes women tend to do certain things, to behave a certain way, and then we wonder why shit happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I've never experienced anything crazy like that. Besides, like, one Marshall, but I mean, it wasn't even, like... Like, could have been 100 times worse.
Yeah, I didn't experience any like harassment or
Yeah.
or anything like that. Nothing like inappropriate.
Like pervertish.
Yeah, like I didn't get any of that. So I mean, of course, maybe like I don't know. I'm not saying we're speaking for anybody, you know, but I didn't witness any of that. I was just
Doing your own
doing my
program.
own thing, and to be honest, like there were some dicks in there, like they, you know, punks or whatever, but just do whatever you're supposed to do, you know, and they won't mess with you.
Did you get a girlfriend?
And some of them were cool. I didn't get a girlfriend. There was somebody that like I kind of, you know, got a little serious with, like not serious, but you know,
Like more like close, yeah.
Yeah, had some relations.
I always just say, were you gay for the state? It wouldn't be normal if I didn't ask that. You know, I gotta ask. I gotta ask for fun. Why not? You know, because girls get married in there. Girls have like major parties. Because prison for women, that's where the problems are at. Like that's why girls fight because of the bulldagging.
Oh yes, it was always
so much drama because of the girlfriend drama.
Yes,
and it was bad.
Yes, and then every corner I looked, there's 2 girls here, 2 girls there. It's like everywhere.
Yeah.
That was the thing. But so this is crazy. It sounds, but I was still with my ex like for the first 2 years.
Oh damn!
Well, yes,
And he was living at your house.
No. I had sold it.
You sold your house.
I was not
That's
gonna let
right,
him
you
stay.
sold your house.
No. Oh no. Yeah, so I just, you know, was working out. I still kind of try to like keep this relationship for fucking I don't know what reason. I thought he was gonna get help. I really thought he was gonna get better. I thought if I'm not there, you know, like maybe he would, you know, get his act together and clean things up. And as I, you know, but yeah. So for 2 years,
Did you start using CarMax ever since prison?
yeah. How'd you know? What?
I didn't use CarMax. I
What do
just
they
used
have
the regular chapstick.
Oh, the
I feel like the CarMax would make me want more CarMax.
More. Maybe that's why. Yeah.
And I was in Minnesota where it's super, super cold.
And dry.
And it was just like, I feel like it was just like like I would chap my lips more or something. I don't know, but that's why I didn't like CarMax. But I know CarMax from prison as well, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, huh? What was your favorite food?
So funny. The fish. Baked fish Fridays.
But did you cook?
I did, eventually.
How long
First,
after?
I was like,
yeah,
no,
how long
I don't
after?
wanna do all of that stuff. That's too much work. Getting like this spice and this seasoning and all these condoms, like all these little things. Like I just felt like it was too much. But eventually, I was like, oh,
Because 7 years is a long time.
Yeah. I mean, but I fought it. You know, I was just like, I'm good. Like, I'll just eat whatever they're serving. But then when I started getting into counting my calories and counting my macros and all that, I was like, oh, I can't eat that stuff. That's junk. And so then I ended up, you know, making my own food. And that way I can count. I knew exactly what I was eating, what I was putting in it. And then eventually I started cooking too, like making all kinds of crazy, like, stuff.
God,
like
my
tuna
stomach.
bowls and yeah, like fried rice, like all kinds of desserts and stuff. Like
Fire food, huh?
Yeah, it was so like interesting to me, like how you can make so many different kinds of things in there, like and creatively. That one of my things I told myself I was gonna do was to open a food truck of just like all that stuff from what I learned, what I gathered, like. But that was just an idea. Like it did not come to fruition because
Not yet?
Yeah, not yet. That would just be counterproductive to my fitness stuff. You know what I mean? Because all that stuff is so junk. It's really
good,
cool
though.
and delicious, but that would be very like contradicting for me to like be into fitness and then sell food truck food that was all Oreo cookies and whatnot.
Fire. I feel like there's more to life than
You're right.
working out.
You're right. But
Depriving yourself is always not a good thing.
I already feel like kind of weird right now being sober and into fitness, like as a bartender. I bartend part time. So it's like already, I don't know.
You're not
It's conflicts, inner conflicts.
It's it's I get it. Something within you.
Yeah.
I feel like the fitness people have that. It's what they deal with, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody, we all got to go through our own shit, right? I get it. It's like when I'm trying to like be cool, it's like I get it. You know, I try my best to eat well. I do my best. There's times when I give up, bro. It's not that serious for me.
No, yeah.
Because I'm going to be all right no matter what.
There are
know?
definitely times where I'm not on point either, you know, because I enjoy food just as well. I enjoy desserts. I freaking love sweets.
more
But
of
to
a
sell
salt
it,
girl.
you know, I want to sell you fitness and, you know, and sell you.
Hey, well, we could make healthy kind.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Yeah, because I used to make protein balls in there, and I thought, okay, yeah, I make my own protein balls.
There you go.
Out of- Yeah.
What would you say was the craziest thing you experienced?
Aside from the like
Whatever
the mice
you, what,
infestations, the water.
You said lice?
Mice.
Oh,
Like
oh,
yeah. Lots of that.
God! Like just running
waters.
around.
Yeah, or like they were all over the kitchen. Like you everywhere you walked, like you would see like a mouse trap. Like come on in the kitchen.
Is that where you worked?
No, I worked education and rec.
Oh, nice.
But-
You got the easy one.
Yeah. I was teaching the computer classes, and then of course I worked rec because you know I was doing the group fitness classes. But like that water heater was breaking down, so we would have to like walk out in our robes like to the shower trailers and shower there. Cold water a lot of times, and then I don't remember for what reason, but I remember there was a time where some girls were like getting crazy and they were like smearing shit on other girls' lockers.
Oh my
Like,
God.
why? Yeah, disgusting, right?
Super.
And like shitting like in the trash cans in like the shower, like leaving. What?
Yeah, that's fucking gross. Nasty ass girls. Girls are disgusting though. I feel like girls are way dirtier than boys at times. Even when you go out, like when you go out to like clubs or like I don't mean clubs. I don't even be clubbing, but like just when you go places and it's like the girls' bathroom is just horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I can't compare. I don't really know, but
I mean, I never been to a men one, but I hear so many stories from men, right? It's like I feel like I've been to one. But I feel like men are cleaner than a lot of women.
you know that's what I've read too. Like also how you know what? Even a drug counselor in there was saying like she's been in the men's prison and stuff, and she's like, oh yeah, they're way cleaner.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, girls are a little more nasty, I feel. Ugh.
That is crazy. But I kept myself clean. I did not wear shoes in there. Like I always left, you know, the shoes outside the door. I was able to like repaint the whole floor, wax it. I cleaned it twice a day. Like, yeah. So I don't know, but
What about, do you have a favorite Sally? Favorite bunkie, I should say?
I do. Yeah. I have a couple actually. You know, I actually was blessed with most of the time good bunkies.
Nice.
Like it was cool. Yeah, it made my time a lot like easier. You know, when you can get along with them, and a lot of times they would be at work. You know, they worked the construction or CMS, and just out all day. So you know, I'm chilling. I'll clean. Don't worry. I'll clean the cell before you get back.
I'll clean the house.
Yeah. So it was cool. You know, I had my fitness time. I just do whatever, and it was real chill. A couple of times though was horrible. I had this one bunkie that she would get rashes and stuff. Like she always had like health issues. And one time, I guess one of her rashes alerted the medical, and they sent me, her, and I think like there were 16 of us in total to the SHU because they said it was scabies. So we all had, and this was like right before regional was coming. So of course they're like, oh, we're getting these bitches out of here. So they sent us all to the SHU and forced us to take meds, because if we didn't take the scabies meds or whatever, then I don't know, we were gonna stay in the SHU until we took it.
Wait,
But-
somebody else that was here said the same story.
Really?
It was a girl,
Uh-huh.
Raylene. I think Raylene was in Dublin as well. Maybe you guys were together.
Oh no.
You didn't like her? Number one.
The bank robber,
No,
No, not
the one
no.
that I know, and there's not too many Raylene's. Okay. Yeah, is she short?
With long hair? She's been on a diet.
Oh, I'll have to look.
Yeah, I remember her saying. I remember somebody saying that because of one girl and her rashes, they sent everybody to the shoe. Mm-hmm. That's why it came back to me. Oh,
Okay.
wow, maybe it was her.
I don't remember. Was she? Oh, was she Hawaiian?
She's kind of
Or Islander?
no,
Was it Raylyn or Raylene?
no, Raylene.
Oh, Raylyn. Yeah.
Oh, Raylene.
Raylene.
But
Same thing to me.
But yeah, that was a big,
That's
freaking big thing.
scary.
It was 16 of us. Yeah, like for what? Like man,
And nobody had the rash, just her.
no. Oh, let me see. I can see it. No, she looked kind of like the one that I know. Because that's
It could be her.
Story.
Well, now you're gonna have to tell us about this girl, because people are gonna be wondering.
Okay.
Like, you can't
Yeah.
be holding out
Yeah,
on the
okay,
stories,
okay.
girl.
Yeah. So that was the wildest time because we're all in there. Nobody has freaking scabies, and I was so mad at my bunkie. I was like,
And
I
what?
was so mad. I
But what
so
was
mad.
it like?
Anyway,
Super eczema?
I don't know. I guess
I would have been feeling weird having her as a bunkie.
at the time I was so mad. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I'm fucking you, and then everybody else was mad too. But what else crazy happened?
Tell us about the Raylene girl.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, I'll tell you. We were cool, actually. I trained her for a while, and she was kind of like just under my wing, and we worked out. Like, she was like the little baby, freaking took care of her, cooked for her, like, and we were cool even after we both got out, and we were cool. We kicked it, met up a couple of times, but then
Oh,
the
you
last
guys became
time,
friends still.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she was like the little,
Like the baby of
yeah,
the.
she was the baby, yeah. And then the last time we kicked it, like she got hella drunk. We were at some bar, and I was like, I wasn't trying to like get drunk or anything like that, but I was with her and her dude, and it just freaking got crazy.
So this like happened outside.
Outside, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Nothing like
inside.
crazy inside.
No.
Did you ever get in any fights?
No.
Oh, good.
No, there was a little bit of little drama though, like
bickering?
because I was asked to do a lap dance for somebody.
Oh, dang.
Because I used to teach pole, right? So
I know. I
did
saw
the
your
pole.
story today.
Oh. Yeah, so I did pole. So I'm like the I guess the designated, lap dancer for birthdays. So I was asked, and I already knew for the birthday girl, I was like, she was in a full on relationship, and I was like, listen,
Oh, no.
And not only that, she, I guess she was attracted to me or whatever.
Was she a
But
stud?
I was like, yeah, she was a stud. I was like, listen, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no drama. Like, I don't think I can do that. Mm-mm. But then they're like, no, they're not even together. We'll make sure like nobody knows. Or all right. And I was doing a favor, for the people that asked me. So
The way you say it.
So yeah, I was like, all right, fine. But I'm telling you, I don't want no drama. I'm not about it, right? So afterwards, well, the girlfriend, like, I guess she found a way to peep her head like under the curtains or whatever, because they tried to cover up the windows, and she peeked under, and I was like, oh fuck, here we
Oh,
go.
the girls, I bet you didn't like you since you were the designated pole dancer.
No, who?
Did you like always do it for the birthday girls?
No. This was.
It was just this one time.
Yeah, it was just that
okay,
one time.
okay.
Yeah, they had asked me. So it was just that one time, and I did it. I was very hesitant, because I already knew like it's not gonna be good. I didn't want to start anything or be the cause of,
Yeah.
But they said they weren't together. Like, it's gonna be cool. Don't worry. All right, fine. But she found out, and then she was mad, and then there was drama. Like, I was just like, oh,
She went up to you?
no, I don't, huh?
Did she go up to you? Why are you dancing on my girl?
She didn't like. She did come talk to me. Wait, did she or? Yeah, but I told her like, listen, I don't want her. Like,
This was just. I got paid for this.
Listen, I don't like you. Nothing happened. Like, nothing's going on. Like, no. So eventually everything just kind of like smoothed out. And, that was it. Like,
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I didn't get to any fights.
Good.
Actually, like, everybody was cool because I think they could see, like, I'm just working my own program. Like, I don't get involved with anything or anybody, no drama. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have visits?
Yeah, until COVID hit. Yeah, I had to go through COVID in there too. So that was wild because I thought the world was going to end. What is happening? You see everything on the news too. Like, yeah, it was.
That's fucking scary. For you to think that the world's going to end. It's like how it felt out here.
Yeah. Can you imagine? But I was like, the whole world's locked up with me.
Facts. I didn't leave my house for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Literally. My husband would be the one to go to the stores, and we would alcohol every single item that would come in the house. It was crazy. How was it for you?
It was scary at first because again, we didn't know what was happening, and then one of the units, they ended up closing it down and moving it. I was in the unit that they closed down, so they moved us all into the other unit, and they turned the unit I was in into a quarantine unit. So I'm like, fuck, now I gotta move. Who's gonna be my bunkie? Like, start all over again. And then, yeah, that was crazy.
Did you ever catch COVID?
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I ended up getting the first shot, and then the booster, like, after that, like, I was cool. But I did get the first, the first series or shot or whatever. I got really sick from that, too.
I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it was so bad. Fevers. I felt like I got ran over by a bus. My body was beat.
I feel like out here, the people that actually got their shots is like if you worked for an actual company, and you have to get a shot in order to work. I didn't.
They pretty much like
forced you guys. Yeah, well, it's different when you're in there. Like there, if it's like you have to do it, you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise you're just gonna be quarantined. I mean, there was a lot of girls that didn't do it either, but I just didn't.
Oh,
know
you
what
guys had a choice.
Yeah, of course we had a choice, but you know how they'll kind of pressure you,
yeah,
and they keep asking you over and over, and then they say eventually I think they said no visits or no, you couldn't do something if you didn't have the shot. They always laid that on you. So, and I never got a flu shot in there either, but I thought, okay, well maybe I just need the COVID shot. Yeah, so that was crazy because then they cut off visiting from that point on. My family would bring my kids up like every other month. Like they would rotate like between my parents, my siblings, my aunties. Like they would make an effort to schedule so that way my kids could come like at least every other month. Yeah, so that was nice until COVID hit, and then that was it. They just shut everything down until we had lockdown. Oh my God, that lasted so long. We were out for like 10 minutes. We only had showers Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We had that and one phone call. We had like 10 minutes to do that, or email. So not even a video call. So they shut that. And then eventually, yeah, they put the videos back up. So pretty much from COVID, I didn't see my kids. Only until they reopened the video. And then by this time, I had seen my daughter, and I already knew like she was getting big, So when I seen her, I said, okay, well, have your brother put a measuring tape, whatever. Like, I want to see how tall you are now. Because when I could see her, I'd hug her. I knew how much she was growing, in person. But then on video, it's different. I couldn't really see like how big she was growing. So I had them, measure, and I'm like, 60 inches? There's no way. I was like, there's no way. Or like it was, up to here.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way you're that tall already. So.
No, they grow so fast. I didn't get to see my son for 3 years, actually almost 4 years.
Yeah.
My oldest, at all.
Not even in video or anything.
Didn't have
Oh,
video
okay.
calls yet.
Oh, I see.
I would just call. You know, it was just too far for my mom. And the times that she was planning something would happen, like my grandma passed away, her brother passed away. So it was like super inconvenient. Like it just didn't work out, you know?
And how old was he though during that
He
time?
was 5, and then I came home when he just turned 11.
Totally different.
Yeah. So like right now, my 6-year-old, I don't know how it is to be a mom. Like I'm experiencing everything that I'm about to experience. It's new to me. So it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's a little different. But I'm super grateful. You know, like for me, prison was the best thing that happened to me. I probably would have been lost on the streets.
Yeah.
No teeth, ugly. Mm-hmm. You know?
I feel you. Yeah, I treat it as a blessing in disguise too.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel, you know, if you're a person and you go in there and you're like on drugs and you come home and you know you have to be able to see it that way, or else you're not gonna ever get yourself together. And if not willing to get yourself together, then why should your kids be willing to see you? Mm-hmm. You know, some people are so entitled and they just like feel like those are my kids, and like, you know, you go to prison and you all of a sudden want to be around them. It's like, no, you didn't want to be around them when you were on drugs.
Right.
You know, I mean, I didn't have that problem because I always had my son, just like you had your kids till like the last day.
Them, even though I was,
you know, but there is a lot of people that do go through that, you know, and they go to prison and it's like, oh, those are my kids, and it's like, bro,
they're reformed.
yeah, and it's like, no, you have to do it little by little, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so keep going.
Yeah.
So COVID, how long have you been out, or when did you get out?
2022.
Okay.
Yeah, January 2022. Went to a halfway house in Almani.
Oh, you went to that one. Well, at first, just tell me. So, did you always know your date?
No, because you know, I was like accepted into the RDAP program.
Okay, yeah, that's what we needed to talk about, because I went to the RDAP program as well. Yeah. So tell me about your experience at the RDAP program.
Oh, that shit was hell. It was like, not hell, but I'm exaggerating. But it was just like being in uniform. Okay, so now I thought I was on my own program because I was getting up, but I was doing my own thing. Like I did it because I wanted to. This is me. This is, you know, my structure. And then now I go into the RDAP and more rules. Now I gotta be up by this certain time, gotta be in uniform, ready for the meeting, like
The morning meeting.
yeah. Now I'm like, okay, now what about my rec time? That's all I want. I want my rec time, right? I want to go work out. But the pull-ups. Okay, so now you know about the pull-ups.
Mm-hmm.
That was so you know, but it was cool because then, you know, with the girls that you work with, it was
Like a big sister and a little sister and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, we had the we didn't call it big sister, we called it there's this girl that still calls me that today. Yeah, on the out. So she calls me, I forgot now. But anyways, like you work with them. So then they tell you to pull up for this and that, but it was really dumb. So we would be like, okay, today I'm gonna pull you up for leaving your chair out, or for feeding the geese or something. But it was planned. It was always like a plan to pull up. You feel me? So that way we didn't have to like really snitch on anybody.
Yes,
you know,
I see what you're saying.
So it was always that like workaround. But then while I was in there, somebody wanted to pull me up for being in a relationship with somebody. Okay, so that held me back. So
that
my
sucks.
out date, got pushed back because it's just stupid. It's just drama. It's like, I don't know. I never got that either. I mean, I can see the purpose of, you know, the program, and, you know, you want to call people out, hold them accountable for what they're doing. But at the same time, I'm like, I just minded my own business. I don't, you, like, I don't want to get into that. I'm not.
I get it.
And mess with people's outdates like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's their life. But anyways, So that was
I
kind
don't
of
think
rough.
I've ever seen anybody get their date pulled from a pull-up.
Oh, really? Oh, that happened a lot.
Yeah,
Where I
no,
was at.
I don't think it happened in Minnesota. At least not where when I did my little program.
That's good.
Yeah.
But then again, with COVID too, the last part of the art app, there wasn't really any meetings towards the end because everybody was on lockdown.
Got it.
So we just did the books, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Those books are kind
All
of.
right,
I feel
fine.
like they
Okay.
work.
No, it was great. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of sometimes still use like certain words.
you?
They come into my head,
forgot.
and like when I'm talking to, like when I'm here, or like somebody will reach out to me like in the DMs and ask me about recovery and things like that. I feel like it did help me.
Definitely rational thinking part. Yeah.
You know,
sure.
I feel like some of it did help. Well, because we really, well, at least for me, I really did have a problem. You know, but so you finished your class, and then you got your date.
Yeah. My parents were able to come get me. So when I was released, they picked me up and then drove me to the halfway house. So again, I got to see this. Finally, I got to hug, my kids and see them in person finally. So that was a really, really happy moment.
Of course.
But it was scary too, though, because now I felt weird because all the little stops that we had made, to go to the bathroom, to go get some food. They tell you you're supposed to go from point A to point B, and that's it. That's all. You can't go anywhere else, and you'll be out of bounds. So I was nervous. I was like, no, we can't stop there. But
Still stopped.
yeah, they give you a time, but I'm in my grays. So every time I got off to go to the bathroom, I was like, who's looking at me? They're all looking. They know I just got out.
Because of the
I
grays.
was all paranoid.
That's
So
funny.
it felt really, really weird to be on the street. Like, yeah, it was weird.
And how were your kids reacting to you?
Like normal?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, luckily, like, my kids were very understanding, and we were able to, like, maintain, like, that relationship throughout, Yeah, my kids are good.
Good.
Yeah, really good kids.
So then you get
Just
to
like normal.
money. How was that? Because they're boys and girls.
You know what? Yeah, it was boys and girls, but it was really cool because my bunkie was actually somebody from Dublin,
Oh, nice.
from the art ed program. Yes, and it was great because she requested for me to be in the same room. So it was like a party. No, but just me and her. It was just me and her, and it was cool. I just chilled and worked out all the time, and yeah. Finally got a job towards the end. Finally got my car at the end. But yeah.
Good. So you've been out for like 5 years. No, not 5 years. Like 3 years.
Yeah, I just got off paper in end of June. So
Oh, then you're feeling good.
yeah.
You feel
Yeah,
like
good.
where you feel okay, like where you're at. What is it that you're doing now? Like what is it that what did you do to keep yourself out?
Just worked out, like fitness.
Work out.
Yeah. That's
Work out.
That's my life.
It's what helps you.
Yeah, it keeps me sane, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Feel good. Just working, just trying to make up for lost time. But it's
I don't
weird
think
now
you should
because
try to make up for lost times.
Like with my kids, I always still carry that guilt of being away from them, even though they don't hold that on me at all. But my daughter now, she's a teenager. So when she went and she was 8, yeah. And then now I'm not expecting, but I'm just like, I want her to be that little, and now she's a teenager and she's off with her friends and she's doing her own thing. And I'm like, oh, feeling some type of way because she don't want to hang out with mom.
She's a teenager.
But yeah, it is what it is. Like, I just, gotta accept that and hang out with her when I can, like when she's,
Good.
yeah. But at the same time, I was telling you about like the acceptance when I went into my sentencing. I think I felt okay with it because, okay, yes, I did belong there because I deserved, like, I guess I framed it this way, like, this is what I get for all of the shit that I did that I didn't get caught for. So even though I was feeling like so, dude, I'm not going down for, you know,
Of course.
the other stuff. Like, okay, like I needed to sit down and get off drugs and just get help and do the time for all the stuff.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing with, like, I feel like with the feds, like, okay, you might not be guilty for that. For even, like, I thought the same thing for myself. Like, bro, I've never even been in trouble for, like, I never even got caught with drugs. Like, and then I'm like, but I'm not going to sit here and fight the feds. Like, I know damn well I'm guilty of something.
Yeah.
You know, but like you said, like, you know, we take it and we have to accept it and move on, because if we don't, we're the only ones that are going to suffer. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's not even that bad, bro. You just worked out. I worked out so much in there as well. Yeah, that's what I did too. Yeah. Like, work out. You know, and I never worked out prior to that. You know, I was just always on drugs.
That's good though, because a lot of girls actually don't get into that
No,
program.
I worked out.
I feel like it was opposite. Like with the men's, you know, you see them all coming out all
buff,
hella fit and buff, and then the women that come out are
big.
Opposite. Yeah.
I worked out.
That was good.
I worked out the whole time. From the minute I went into the...
Keeps you busy. Time goes by like that, huh?
And I would write letters.
Yeah.
I would write a lot.
I was reading a lot too. My sister, my family, they all just like sent me books.
Good.
I always had mail call because it was
Yeah.
always like books and magazines coming my way. So that kept me busy and I learned a lot.
So how do you feel? What else do you want to do?
Like,
Since you're out, like, you know, obviously you do your fitness. What is it that you do? So the people can know, like, what if they want to hit you up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
coaching, yeah. I decided, because I did so much learning and working on myself and with fitness, health and fitness, eating. I decided when I got out, I'm going to get certified. Good. Okay, why not now? It only makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was my hustle in there. Like, people were paying me for training in there. So it's like, okay, well, it only makes sense. Let's do it, legit way. So I got my PT certification and certified it with nutrition. And so now I've just built a business as a coach.
Good.
Yeah, so this is it.
That's right.
That was the reason why.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Good.
Yeah, so now I just applied everything, that I learned with that.
Well, you got it.
Now, yeah.
You're off probation, which is the most important part. We're sober.
Yes.
And that's all that matters. Sober, you're off probation, you already have a family, so it doesn't even, and you look good. You feel like, your energy is like, right? Yeah. It's not off.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else before we go? Is there anything else you want to share that you haven't shared?
I don't think of. But yeah, other than my man that's here supporting me, he's been great. And he's a coach too. So it's like, it's been just blessing upon blessing upon blessing. Like it's, yeah.
As long as, it's true what they say. Like, if you stay on the right path and God is good, God is going to always bless you if you're doing the right thing. Because God first.
Do good things. Yeah.
Good. Because without God, ain't nothing happening.
Amen.
You wouldn't even be able to do one push-up.
Right?
God first. I don't care how strong you think you are, Without God, you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
But thank you for sharing, Jen.
Thank you for having me.
No. Are you nervous still? Or you're over?
Come on,
that went away already. No, I thought I would have thought it went away already. You're still nervous, huh?
I'm good. I am good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing, Jen. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.